All right, today we're going to make some green chili pork and cheese tamales with blue corn masa. Ooh, steamy. So first, you got to start out by washing a pound of tomatillos and get yourself 2 Anaheim peppers and char those in your favorite cast iron pan or outdoors, depending on how much char you want. As much garlic as you'd like, you can throw in as well. The whole point is just to get a tiny little bit of color on this before we blend it. Ooh. Ah. So chop them in half, and if you have an Instant Pot, you're going to throw them right in there after dropping 1 or 2. Pick out the seeds and stems, and then give those a chop as well. You don't really need to add much liquid to this if you're using an Instant Pot, because everything that you need will come out of the vegetables that you're adding into it. So you're going to add a teaspoon of Mexican oregano, tablespoon of cumin, teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, and cubed pork shoulder. I'm using about 2-inch pieces here. And then you're going to put the top on, and you're going to cook this at high pressure for 30 minutes. Or if you're just using a stovetop, you're just going to let it go until it's fork tender. So soak 20 to 30 corn husks in boiling water. I'm using the weight from my molcajete right here, my mortar and pestle. Weigh out approximately 400 grams of pork lard. You could also use vegetable shortening. Don't be afraid, you're going to be distributing this through a lot of different tamales here, so you're not getting that high a dose of fat. But it's delicious. So you're also going to need 4 cups of masa and a tablespoon of baking powder. Then you're going to need about 2 to 4 cups of warm water. Then you're just going to mix it together until you can essentially form a nice spreadable paste, because that's what we got to do next. Cover that with plastic wrap and let that rest while you take the top off of your Instant Pot. You're going to separate the meat away from the vegetables. Put that in a bowl to the side. We're going to shred that up. And now we want to reduce this sauce a little bit. But first, look at this blurry meat. So tender. All right, using either an immersion blender or a regular blender, we want to make a nice puree out of this sauce. And reduce it until it's a little bit thicker. You don't want a lot of liquid in this since it's going to be a filling. Delicious. All right, so shred it up with your hands since it's just ridiculously tender. And then add a little bit of the sauce, just enough to get the flavor in there. We can add adjustments when we're filling the tamales, which is the next step. So get yourself enough masa to cover most of the top part. As you can see here, it's a little easier to do with your hands than it is with a spoon. And put as much cheese. Use your favorite melting cheese. I'm using queso Oaxaca here, but you could use Monterey Jack. You could use mozzarella. Put in a little bit of your filling. Fat tamales are always fun. Put on a little bit more of that sauce and then roll it up. The goal here is essentially to minimize the amount of overlap you're going to get. You can kind of scrape the masa. You can either try tying it with little bits of this this corn husk, or you can just lean it over so that it doesn't lose its contents. And remember, you got to have fun with this. So you're going to have an open top just like this, and that's okay. You can either put another sheet on to cover it all the way up, but either way, it's going to be delicious. Remember, you're on a magic carpet ride to Flavor Town. Delicious. I can show you the world. Cringe. All right, fold it over. You're going to end up with a little extra masa, but I don't want you to throw this away, because I've got another recipe coming for you. A super delicious one. It's called Mexican Shepherd's Pie, aka tamale pie. So I ended up with approximately 15 tamales. So put a steamer basket over some boiling water and line that steamer basket with some of those other corn husks you've got, just to avoid, direct exposure to the steam. And you're going to want to lean your tamales in so that the little cinched end is being held together by the weight of the tamale. And then that's it. You're going to steam this for like approximately 45 minutes until you reach a nice level of firmness. Delicious. All right, time to unveil tamale unboxing video. Ooh. It was hot. So you can see that melty cheese. You get some delicious, slightly firm tamale. That's good eating right there. You can top with your favorite salsa, or you can add more of that salsa verde that you made earlier. Most importantly, enjoy. Oh yeah. And this is the pièce de résistance. So you better like and subscribe, because if you don't, you might miss this video. This is Mexican shepherd's pie. So I hope you enjoyed your time with me today on Sam Goes and Eats, and I will see you next time.